This is a short introduction to the monster collectibles that are now available on SpeedSpend, and in particular they are living on the Stacks blockchain testnet. So once you're logged into SpeedSpend, you will see a new tab that shows you the monster features. So monster features are here. In Monsterland, you can create a new monster, or you will see the monsters that you have created and you can feed them. And you can also try to get collectible monster from other users. So at first you create a new monster if you want, we create a monster called Blue Dragon. So like Blue Dragon, sorry. And creating a monster is a transaction on the Stacks blockchain. So we are interacting with the contract on this address called monsters, and we call function monsters. And the name is encoded here, and we have to pay 182 microstacks for this transaction. So we send it off, and we see the transaction ID here, and we can look at the Explorer when the transaction is confirmed. While it's yellow, orange, then it's still pending, and it takes a minute or 2 or 3, I don't know, until it's finished. But I explain a bit more what the monsters are. They are NFTs, non-fungible tokens on the Stacks blockchain, and you have to feed them at the moment every 6 blocks, otherwise they will starve to death. And probably no one wants to get your monster anymore. So we have monster 2, 3 and 5, but we don't have monster 1. Let's have a look what monster 1 looks like. So if you enter number, you see monster 1 is a black bat, and you can bid for this monster on this SpeedSpend. It's fixed to 1000 microstacks, and if you bid for it, the owner can see your offer and accept it, and thereafter you have to pay for it. So while we're waiting for the Stacks transaction to complete, we can have a look at the smart contract of the monsters. So we store just a name and when the monster was fed the last time, and we are using the Clarity non-fungible token definition that helps us to better more securely manage NFTs, and we store the ID of the last monster that was created, and here we define every 6 blocks you need to feed your monster. Then we have some error codes, and we calculate whether the last feeding was within the tolerance, or if the monster died already. So this is a function to create a monster. Basically, it really creates a new entry in our list of monsters, and of course creates the corresponding NFT non-fungible token on the Stacks blockchain. Then we can feed the monster, and this will update the property of the last meal with the current block height, so with the current block number. And then we have some utility functions. They don't cost anything because they read only, they don't change the state, and it is just looking up details of in the map of the NFT. Here we look for the monster, and here we check whether the monster is still alive. And then you can also change the ownership. So this is calling the NFT transfer function, which is a clarity function, and it changed the ownership of the monster. That's it. And meanwhile, the transaction was successfully processed, and we can continue and now bid for the monster. So this is creating a second transaction. Here we are interacting with a new contract. It's called market, and we just bid for it for monster number 1, and 3E8 is 1000 microstacks. So that's the price we are willing to pay for this. And we are doing another transaction, and we see here it's a different ID and it's still pending. And once this is done, your bid is publicly available to see by everyone on the Stacks blockchain. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.